What's up, everybody? I'm JB, and this is my wife,
Katie.
We are here today to talk about the northern quail. I think that's the way you say it anyway. Quail.
I can spend like 3 minutes straight just quail until it no longer sounds like a word because it already kind of doesn't.
Quail.
Either way.
It's a glorified rat. Maybe not a rat.
It is a marsupial.
Yeah, well.
Whatever that is.
Whatever.
It said it's not a rodent.
Yeah. But either way, we come across this thing today. They're apparently endangered in Australia.
As of a few years ago, there were around 100,000 or maybe, a little less. And they're
more, who knows?
Yeah. They're on the decline.
Yeah, they're on the decline. And part of this decline, apparently, is because of frogs that this thing has been around forever.
Invasive cane frogs, which are poisonous
and kill these little weasel things. If they eat them. Apparently these things like to eat them. So...
Who doesn't love a good frog leg?
Right, exactly. So, the Australian government, in its infinite wisdom, has decided to start lacing sausage links, I think is what it was.
It's sausage made out of frog.
Yeah, sausage made out of frog, or laced with frog legs.
Made out of frog legs.
Oh yeah, laced with nausea-inducing.
Right.
Nausea-inducing to try to teach these weasels not to eat the frogs. So they're flying over Australia in helicopters, chunking frog sausage out of helicopters. Laced frog sausage out of helicopters.
Say that 3 times fast.
Laced frog sausage, laced frog sausage, laced frog sausage. Either way, out of helicopters for these weasels to eat. And apparently this is going to teach the weasels
to avoid frogs.
To avoid the frogs, because the frogs will make them sick and die. My question is, how is this going to work? You mean to tell me, all right, Timmy eats a piece of this sausage.
Timmy the quail?
Timmy the quail.
Okay.
Timmy the quail eats a piece of this sausage. Uh-huh. Timmy gets sick. Mm-hmm. He goes, I'm not going to eat no more of that shit right there. All right, cool. Now, you mean to tell me if he's smart enough, if these little weasels are smart enough to know that.
And if they don't die from that initial exposure.
You mean to tell me Jerry the quail, Timmy the qual's first cousin, watches Timmy the qual eat one of these frogs and, die. He's not going, oh, shit. I guess I better not eat none of those frogs.
I don't know. Does cooked frog sausage smell like regular, just, invasive poisonous cane frogs? Or is there something about, what'd you call him? Timmy the quail?
Timmy the quail.
Upon first bite of this cane frog, after having had his experience with the nausea-inducing sausage, is that first bite enough to be like, that reminds me of the sausage? Better not.
Yeah, right.
Or, how poisonous is the cane frog? Is that one bite enough to kill Timmy?
Enough to kill him, right.
I'm not entirely sure how this system works.
It's not making no sense to me. It's just another one of those things
where somebody's government is shelling out all this money.
Period, is shelling out a bunch of money on some nonsense.
And I didn't think to look this up. I wonder what the quail does for the Australian ecosystem. What it is doing for their environment. What it is doing. What benefit it brings.
I don't know. I'm going to say it's not a whole hell of a lot. Considering everything, the rabbit hole that we went down and everything that we did read on it, they didn't say anything else was in danger because of this weasel cat fixing to go extinct. So, I don't know. It's just another one of those things where we spend hundreds of millions of dollars, just like the fucking sagebrush bird. We spend grouse, my bad. That we spend hundreds of millions of dollars on to try to save that does absolutely nothing for our ecosystem and environment whatsoever. I don't understand it. It's insane to me. And we all buy it. It's our tax money. It's my tax money. It's your tax money. It's her tax money. It's everyone's tax money that goes to doing these things. And none of us say shit. Nobody says nothing.
Everybody hears the word endangered and automatically
fucking
they jump to the rescue and they don't even know what or why they are jumping.
Yeah. What was the one several years ago? What was that thing's name? They called it the fucking naked tail kangaroo rat or some shit like that they were trying to save.
You lost me.
It's a rat. That's all you need to know. It's a rat.
Glorified Pikachu.
It's a fucking rat. Shit. It's a rat.
And we got most of them wandering around like any major city in America.
Any of them. Fucking, it's a rat.
And not just America, I'm sure.
And we are that worried about this rat going extinct that we spend stupid amounts of money. You know, some things I understand. You know, you take certain animals, when you hear like certain leopards or certain tigers, especially predatory animals, especially predatory animals that are being endangered and going extinct, those are the ones we really do have to worry about, or ones who are a major part of our ecosystem in other ways, which, I mean, we have, you know. But those are important for us to try to save.
And even the ones that don't necessarily do anything for our anything, that they're just a species that has been around for a really, really long time and they're endangered. My heart feels for those animals, absolutely. And of course, we should absolutely do what we can to aid in that endangerment. But
yeah, and if you can save them for like $1,000 and a couple of scientists' time for a year, then that's cool. But hundreds of millions of dollars for an animal that has no bearing on our ecosystem or environment whatsoever.
I still say that's like trying to save the mosquitoes. And I get that they're food for other animals, and I get that I don't give a fuck. There are other things you can feed them. Breed some kind of new age bug
mosquito
that doesn't suck your blood or just be an absolute nuisance.
Yeah.
Okay, feed the wasps to them or something
or feed them to the wasps.
Feed them to the wasps. And on that note,
let's breed them with something that's going to kill the wasp when the wasp eats the mosquito. 2 birds, 1 stone.
That works. I was about to say, if we have to have wasps, let's just make them not have sharp asses. Wasps are annoying, but wasps aren't nearly that annoying if they can't hurt you.
Nah, it wouldn't be bad at all if they couldn't hurt you. Who would care?
I mean, how's that any different than any other flying
insect? And I love how people will go, you know, fucking wasps are important to our ecosystem too. They do a small amount of pollinating. They pollinate. Not really.
If you want to focus on pollination, focus on the bees.
The honeybees. That's what we need to be worried about. You want to worry about something and spend tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars to try to save it? You need to be doing it to the honeybees. Because without the honeybee, that is the one creature that we lose and our entire ecosystem breaks down. Everything breaks down. Nothing can live at the end of the day without the honeybee. Very important creature.
And they're just really cute.
Yeah. But you don't hear nothing. You rarely hear anything about people trying to save the honeybee. There is definitely not hundreds of millions of dollars spent. Well, yeah, individuals, people like me and you.
There have been plenty of campaigns and whatnot that have been for the sole purpose of let's save the bees.
I've never seen that ASPCA commercial.
Well,
I've never seen that commercial talking about $19.95 a month and fucking adopt this bee. His name is Jerry.
There are plenty. You know? There are plenty of organizations that are fighting for us to save the bees.
Well, those are the organizations we need to be putting our money behind instead of $500 million for a sage bird. I mean, it's insanity. It's insanity.
Or to throw, laced frog sausage
Laced freaking frog sausage, man.
To save Australian.
Can you imagine if you're somewhere, that's one of the few places in the world, they still got tribes people. Can you imagine being a little tribesman out there in Australia, just minding your own damn business one day, walking around, trying to hunt for your village?
You got frog sausage.
And all of a sudden, fucking frog sausage starts damn flying out of the air. It's insanity at its finest. And not just
that, imagine eating it. Now, if it has nausea-inducing chemicals,
yeah. What if other animals? Yeah, and what if other animals get a hold to it except for these little quail?
That's a good point.
What about these other animals? What about, is there an animal that eats? We need to look into that. Is there an animal that eats the frog that doesn't get poisoned by the frog? And if so, if us throwing this frog sausage, it's Australia, if them throwing this frog sausage out of helicopters gets in the mouths of these animals that normally eat these frogs, and then they get sick from eating this frog sausage,
are they going to stop eating
the other frogs?
In which case, what happens to them if that is their main food source?
I don't know. Sounds like a lot of bullshit to me. I got to get out of here. We appreciate y'all listening and have a good day. Quit spending money on stupid shit.